Ethan, you went to Europe at a young age. The story about your parents being janitors in Norway. Why now? Why come to America at this time of your career?
It was just the right opportunity for my footballing career. This opportunity, out of all the options, gave myself the best opportunity to further along my career and where I wanted to go, and for my personal development in a so-called leadership role. So this opportunity was kind of a nice chance to come back home to a big club like the Red Bulls, and to, like you mentioned, I left at such a young age to make my own mark and my own chapter in the U.S. since I left at such a young age.
Yeah, but why this over? I'm sure other leagues were looking at you, or maybe other teams in MLS. Why specifically New York?
Yeah, it was the right time to join Red Bulls. Early January I had a really good over 2 hour conversation with Michael. Later in January I had a call with Julian and everybody, and a bit of disappointment from last season. So this season they're trying to change things around, to freshen up, new ideas, new tactics, to get Red Bull back on top. So it just made sense after speaking with Michael and after speaking with Julian for what I'm thinking in my head and what my goals and ambitions are. It just made sense that this was the perfect time to join Red Bull.
And a big call in goalkeeping, right? Because Carlos has been a goalkeeper here for 5 years and undisputed number one, and now you're brought in.
Yeah, to be the goalkeeper for Red Bull, such a big club, it's a big responsibility and big shoes. But it's a role I'm really looking forward to, and I can't wait to get started Saturday night.
Thank you.
Sean Sacramento Magazine. In being a second generation pro, I have an Avalanche pin that I could have to sign.
Yeah.
What advantages do you think that gives that team in England?
Sorry, I didn't. Can
What
you
advantages?
advantage?
To you and that you came up, your dad was playing pro, now you're playing pro.
I mean, I've been around the game my whole life, so with my dad playing, my mom playing, my uncle, like I've been around the game literally my whole life. So I don't know if it gives me any advantages or whatnot, but it certainly helped to have my dad have that little moment of professionalism, to to give his 2 cents on what to expect.
Hi, Jacqueline Franco from Master. How do you think about the World Cup this year will be here too in New York, and how will be the MLS playing you guys at the same time the World Cup?
I mean, we're not going to play the same time as the World Cup because we have a break. But from when I left at such a young age until now, I think the league has grown tremendously. You've had some of the world's biggest stars come and play in the league and help develop the league and help get eyes on the league, with the likes of Messi, Zlatan, yeah, Son, Lloris, Berkey, like the list goes on and on. When I first left till now, the league has grown tremendously, and I think for those type of stars to come and play in the league has really helped the league grow into a very good league, and to have those stars, all eyes watch it, which I think is good. And like you said yourself, with the World Cup coming to the States, yeah, it's just another opportunity for more people and for more eyes to be on it and for the sport to grow.
Mike Batista, New York Sports Nation. So as you come to this team, I believe between the first and second team, there's 7 goalkeepers on contract. A lot of them are young, and you were just saying how you've been around the game your entire life. Do you see this as an opportunity to give back a little bit to some of these younger guys? And what have you seen from? You've only been here like 2.5 weeks, so I know you were down Florida a little bit, but what have you seen so far? And what's it been like to work with these guys?
No, it's been really good, and like you said yourself, to it's an opportunity for me to bring all of what I experience, all my 14, 15 years of what I've experienced in Europe with me, and to really yeah, give back and to help. Like so far, the training's been really well. We've had like the young keepers have been Toby and Aiden that have been training with us. So you know, in any way I can, I try to give my advice in any way that I can help. If I see something like in the moment or in an action or in a drill, to yeah, just to enjoy, first of all, enjoy the trainings, have a competitive and friendly like goalkeeping environment, but then also we're always there to make each other better. So if in any way on the pitch, off the pitch, I can help, yeah, I'll always do my best to give back from what I've learned over there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Maria Isabel, sports girl NYC. A lot of times we see how players get ready physically, but how do you get ready mentally?
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to play in some of the biggest games in the world with Champions League and at Wembley for the championship playoffs. You know, so I mean, playing those games have definitely helped me mentally to, you know, playing in front of 80, 90,000 people. Yeah, it's a big daunting task to walk out to those type of people, you know, but to just remember why you're doing this and why you're playing the game, you know. You before going out, try me personally try not to think too much about the occasion because it will just eat you up. And so just before the game, you know, to remember why you're doing this, to remember all the good moments in your career to look back on, because that will help you get ready for the game. Or that's just me personally.
Nathan, the one deal you see playing soccer. There's a lot of talk of Americans playing in Europe. How important do you think it is for American players to come back to MLS and play?
Yeah, I think it's important. Like, this will be my first time playing in MLS. You know, I played for Real Colorado, so I never played for the Rapids. So I think it's always nice to. I've always kind of had it in my head that I would always come back and play in MLS for a couple of years. And so now this is my opportunity to come back, to make my little chapter, my mark in MLS, and personally for my career as well. So I think it's important, and it's also nice for guys who have left at such a young age to come back and see how far the league has really grown, actually.
Hi, I just want to ask, you're not the first U.S. goalkeeper in recent years to come back to the U.S. Obviously, Zach has come back, Matt's come back to the U.S. With Coach Pochettino kind of showing he's totally on board with MLS goalkeepers, obviously Matt right now is the U.S. #1. Did that factor at all into your decision to come home now, 2026, just 6 months before the World Cup?
Yeah, I would be lying if I said I wasn't, but I will say it wasn't the number one deciding factor. The number one deciding factor was this was the right opportunity and the right moment for me to come back to MLS to further along my career. But yeah, like I said, if I get the email or if my phone rings, I'll for sure answer it, you know. But first and foremost, I need to do my job here at Red Bull to even have that consideration. But yeah, it will be in the back of my mind, and I hope that I do get the email or a call.
How's it going, Ethan? Just wanted to ask you on the new environment, new teammates, and most importantly, a new defense. Can you talk about how the 2-week period has helped you build those relationships with your back line to try to just hit the ground running coming this Saturday?
Yeah, it was good. We were just in Dallas and Houston for 10 days, so that was obviously very good for a 10-day training camp and 3 games. So you just have to, not me, but like the whole group, we just have to take advantage of that opportunity in those days to try to gel, try to get on the same page, because like you said, there's been so many changes and so many new faces. But on top of that, I'm pretty sure by far we will have the youngest overall age on any team. So yeah, those 10 days were very important to get to know each other, to get to know our tendencies, our habits on and off the pitch. And yeah, there will be mistakes made, and that will just help us grow and help us learn, and then we move on from there.
Last question.
was it signing with this team and having Michael Bradley as the head coach, someone who has been so influential in U.S. soccer? What was that decision like, knowing that Michael Bradley was going to be here?
Yeah, it was a really nice. Yeah, you know, I've spent 5-6 years with Michael on the national team, so you know, when I got off the phone with him, he's still the same Michael when I was with the national team. He's intense, he's driven, he has high standards, he expects a lot from us on and off the field. So it wasn't like a deciding factor, but like it was also nice knowing that, you know, I've spent many years with Michael. I know Michael on and off the field. I know what his demands are. So knowing that Michael was going to be the manager was nice because, you know, football is such a big world, but at the same time it's such a small world to know that like one of my connections or that I've made in football like has come back and helped me out with this move, and yeah, it's nice to have a friendly face, and I'm really excited to step on the field Saturday night with him as my manager. Yeah, and I hope we can have a great season together. Thank you.